As women, well, even men do, we find breast cancer all around us. Our family and friends who get it or got it and beat it or didn't, research news about it, talk about early detection, and the list goes on. Joining us this evening is just such a woman, Torontonian Sonya Budd. Welcome to What She Said.
Thank you so very much, Christine. And Kate, thank you so very much for having me here this evening.
Now, you are in your early 50s. You've been through routine mammograms, but in 2014, you tried something else that you feel saved your life.
Absolutely. And thank you so very much for allowing me to share my story about VIP breast imaging and how ABIS definitely saved my life. It's a really interesting story because what I do for a living is I'm director of development for a nonprofit organization called NCSY Canada. And it was through one of my donors, through a conversation with one of my donors about what else he was investing in after making a generous donation to our organization, that we spent 20 minutes talking about this incredible technology, this incredible ABIS technology that he brought up from California to Toronto. And for 20 minutes, we talked about how great this was now being offered in Canada. And I shared with him that 3 of my husband's cousins had just been diagnosed that year. So it was an incredible conversation. And then on December 31st, I always work the end of the year because a lot of people make year-end donations. And he called me. And he said he wanted to talk to me about 2 different things. One, he wanted to make a year-end donation. And he brought my name up in a boardroom meeting. And of course, I thought only about my charity. And he said, no, I'm talking about the conversation we had about this investment I made to help women for breast cancer, women that have dense tissue.
That's me. I have lumpy breast syndrome.
Well, I have to tell you, Kate, since I was 34 when I had my first mammogram, I was told I had dense tissue. And the only thing I've ever been told by any of my doctors was that I needed to have a mammogram every year.
Every 2 years for me. Now they've cut it down a bit because I'm 55. They went down to 2 years, but it's
incredible. It is really incredible that there is this technology out there that we do not know. And I had no idea. Anyways, to fast forward in the conversation, he insisted I go and have this test, that he had made arrangements for me to have this test. I was really, to be perfectly honest, really taken aback because now he's investing in me. And that was a huge surprise for me. So I phoned the beginning of January to make my arrangements for this test that I do not want to go because I did share with him that it was my husband's family, not mine. I had a mammogram 3 months earlier, showed nothing. I go every year. I actually shared with him very personally that I had skin cancer 10 years before, and I take care of myself. Well, I really was saying something that I really was not doing because I was not familiar with this technology at all, and that's why I am here today, to share my personal story. I went for this test. It was like going for a spa. It was nothing like a mammogram.
not like putting it in a ringer, huh?
Not only was it not like putting it in a ringer, at a particular point during the lovely test, I actually asked the technician, am I supposed to be enjoying this? Because something seems to be wrong here. It was truly like going to a spa. And I completely forgot about it. Wrote my donor an email, thanked him very much, wished him great luck. And 4 days later, my GP called me at 10 after 9 in the morning. And not a hello, Sonia, how are you? She said, what the hell test did you do last week? And to be perfectly honest, I completely forgot. I stumbled over my words. And I said, I don't know what you're talking about. What test? I don't know. She says, I have in front of me VIP breast imaging results. And they are urgent. And can you come to my office right now?
Holy cow.
I hung up the phone, left my office, called my husband, and told him that this was the conversation. And he said, do you want me to meet you? And I went, no, of course not. I've been going for mammograms every year. I'm good. I sat in her office, and it said that there were 3 areas of concern and urgent testing needed to be done. Because of the results of VIP, and because my doctor had never seen these results, I got a mammogram the next day. Even though I'd had a mammogram 3 months earlier, that mammogram the next day showed nothing, 0, squat. The next day, I had an ultrasound. It showed that, yes, there were 3 areas. The following 2 days, I had an MRI that confirmed. I had 3 biopsies, and on 8 days later after the biopsies, 2 of them came back that they were cancer. So this was my phone call with my GP. And the first question I asked her is, what do I do? What do I do now? And she says, well, the first thing you do, Sonia, is you get on the phone with your donor and you thank him because he just saved your life. And this VIP technology, this Abbas, I am now going to be recommending going forward to any woman that has dense tissue.
Is this widely available for people?
This is available for anybody to go to.
Is it paid for by OHIP?
No, it is not paid for. This is
And
private.
why is that?
Because it is not. Okay, this is a layman's opinion. Can you just imagine how long it took mammograms to become standard testing? That did not happen overnight. And I can only presume, I don't have this information, that mammograms cost initially. Again, I do not know that answer. So it is going to take some time for this type of imaging to be standard. And I will tell you, for 3 years now, I have been telling everyone that I can. This is not something that I would have ever thought that I would be sharing my personal story, but I know how important it is. I know how this saves lives. I know how this saved my life. And I know that even though this is not the most comfortable thing for me to be sitting here and talking about today, I know that I have to be out of my comfort zone to tell other women.
Sonia, I just want to bring up one thing, which is we don't want all women out there to start panicking that mammograms are no good.
We want to know.
This is specifically targeted to women with dense breast tissue.
Yes, absolutely. And the shocking thing, Christine, is that 40% of North American women have dense tissue.
Well, I mean, as I said, I do. And I can't, there's no point in me doing a breast self-examination because all I feel is lumps and bumps. So
Yes.
I do have the mammogram, and I do have my doctor routinely do checks. But the ABBA stands for Automated Breast Ultrasound.
Correct.
And that's the screening tool. It's safe, painless, radiation free.
Correct.
But how does it differ from a regular ultrasound?
Oh, okay. Thank you. That's a great question. I'll tell you how. Again, layman's terms. Basically, they take 3 images per side, and each image is dissected 300 times. You're getting 300 images per picture. So truly, you are getting 900 images per breast. You're not going to miss a thing at all. And for women with dense tissue, for women that have had implants that mammograms cannot, you cannot apparently have a mammogram if you've had implants. This is the technology for today. This is what women have to know that is available for them at any time. You do not need a referral. All you need to do is go to vipbreastimaging.com and make an appointment. And you will have your test results very quickly.
How's your outlook on life changed now? Because this was a gift.
This was a phenomenal gift. I cannot be upset that I had cancer. My donor tells me that he knows, he didn't even tell his wife he'd made this investment when he told me. And he had no idea why he insisted that I go get this test. Needless to say, everybody in his family has been tested. But this has changed my life from the perspective that when you have circumstances like this, this is a gift, and this is why I'm here, because I have to share this gift, if that is a way I can describe what has happened to me. And that's why I'm here, and that's why I have spoken publicly about this, and why I will continue, and why I have told VIP Breast Imaging that they have me for life, because they have given me mine.
What did your donor say when you told him
that I was diagnosed? My donor was exceptionally emotional, as I was, as you can well imagine. That was not a conversation that I ever thought in a million years that I would be having. And what he said was that this was meant to happen to me. I was meant to be here. I was meant to continue the job that I have with NCSY because that's the job I need to have. Because I need to be raising money for this nonprofit organization.
Well, thank you so much for coming in and sharing your story. It's personal, but it's important.
It is so important, and I cannot thank you ladies enough for allowing me and giving me the real estate to share this. And I so hope that if you've ever been told you have dense tissue, please take the steps to ask what else you can do to ensure that you are healthy. I always thought I was, every year having a mammogram.
Thank you. This is what she said. Stay with us.